Sa Oiketa, the Vedic information. Sa Asrijata. We give seeds with a particular part of the body, but Mahavishnu simply by glancing over the material nature, Mahatattva, he impregnates the material nature with so many living entities. Sa Asrijata, Sa Oiketa, these are the information. The Supreme Personality can give birth through his eyesight. He doesn't require to use it genital. Because we get information from Brahma Samhita. Angani jasya sakalendriya vitrimanti pasyanti pahanti kalayanti chirang jaganti ananda chinmaya rasa. These are descriptions in the Brahma Samhita. We can see only with our eyes, but the Brahma, Parabrahma, Vishnu, he can beget children also with the eyesight. We can eat with our mouth, tongue, but Krishna can eat by seeing. Sometimes the argument is put forward by the atheist class of men that you are offering foodstuff to the deity, but when he has eaten, the foodstuff is still lying there. The children may be taken away. So, he does not know, the atheist class man, that Krishna can eat simply by seeing. He has eaten everything, and again he has left everything. Purnasya punnamadaya punnameva bhushasya. This is Krishna's eating. He can eat the whole foodstuff and it still remains as prasadam for distribution to the devotee as it is. So the atheists cannot see it. They think that it is lying there. It is lying there. But no, that is not the fact. Krishna has eaten. And Krishna simply is seeing by the eyes, he has eaten. It is a great science one has to learn. So we are all sons of God. This is a fact. Either I am human being or demigod or cats or dog or tree or plants or insect, anything, all living entities. Krishna says, Sarvajonishu. Sarvajonishu means all different forms or species of life. As many living entities there are, they are all my sons. Aham Bijapudupita. I am the seed-giving father. Or they are all my sons. This is our relationship. Actually, this is our relationship with Krishna. And as the father and son relationship means, the son may live at the cost of the father. Father has got immense property, they can enjoy, but they must remain very obedient to the father. Very natural. Then he is happy. If the father is very rich man, he has got all the resources, and if the son is obedient, then where is trouble? Is there any trouble? Father wants simply, father is ready to give all the property to the sons. That is natural inclination. And the son's duty is to just to become obedient to the father. But that too you have rebelled. No, why shall I be obedient? That's what he said. Evam paravidhyani na kottitang prakite tuma. All the living entities in this material world, they are thinking that I am proprietor, I am supreme, I can do anything, whatever I like. There is no question of accepting any authority of God. These are primitive thoughts. We are self-sufficient. That means he is speaking all nonsense under the influence of Prakriti. He is a rascal, number one. Just like a madman speaks so many things, full of rascaldom. Nobody cares for. Similarly, when a devotee sees that a non-devotee atheist is claiming so many things for himself without giving credit, even big swamis they are teaching that why you are giving credit to God. The communists also, there are big swamis, they also say like that you are working hard, you have got some good result, why you are giving credit to God? These things are being taught. And the atheist also said, I have worked hard and I have achieved this nice result, it is due to my labor. But when he is in loss, then the credit goes to God. Bhagavan ki ichha hai, chala gaya. When he gets something, that is his credit. And he loses something, that goes to the responsibility of God. Why God has created so much trouble, why God has so many things. So this is foolishness. Kaya avijita. This is called spell of Maya. So under the spell of Maya, paravidhyanena kottittam, he becomes independent and talks all nonsense. Prakriti krimanani gunai karmani sarvas. Prakriti krimanani gunai karmani sarvasa. Ahankara vimulatma kartaham iti mannate. Actually, he is being pulled by the material nature, like dog, chained. He has to do according to the master desire. Similarly, we are also chained by the Prakriti, material nature, and we are being forced to act according to the dictation of the material nature. But ahankara vimulatma, because he is bewildered, he is thinking. You will find in the beach so many dogs, they are very proudly jumping and thinking that I have got full independence, but actually he is dependent. So every one of us, we are dependent on Prakriti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described the constitutional position of the living entity. When Sanatana Goswami inquired, what is the constitutional position of us? Yes, it is a fact, this is intelligence. It is a fact that we are under the control of the material nature, Devi Jisagunami, Mamo, Maya, and we are acting under the control of material nature. However great scientist I may be, however great politician, prime minister I may be, but when nature will say, please get out, we have to do it. You cannot, by your so-called scientific method, you can say, no, I shall remain, who can drive me away? That is not possible. So, this is a fact that They are defying the authority of God. They do say, what is the use of accepting God? Because foolish. It's like the communist class men. They say religion is the cause of fall down of the human society. Religion. Therefore they are very much against religion. When I was in Moscow, in the airport, my custom checking was being done, so they found out one Bhagavad Gita. So immediately the custom officer called police. So I thought, now my destiny is finished, because I know that these people send anyone to some unknown place. You cannot question. In our country that is also coming very soon. Anyone government can send anywhere. So the policeman, 2 policemen came. So they saw the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, by Krishna's grace, they say, oh no, there is nothing dangerous, they can go. This is the country, Moscow. I've got practical experience in going there. And all is suspicious. And the people in general, they are very unhappy. Very unhappy, because they have no freedom. A young man cannot go out of the country. So, they may advertise so much, but so far I have got experience. The most wretched country. Everyone is fearful. And they are not very prosperous, not rich. Comparing to the other cities of Europe or America, Moscow is a very poor city. Anyway, this defying the authority of God, this is our main material disease. That is explained. Evam paravidhyanena kartittam. It's foolishness. Kartittam, he is completely under the control of material nature. Still he is thinking, I am free, I am the master, I can do anything, whatever I like, there is no need of accepting the authority of God. This is called Maya. Maya mohita. Trivi gunoi bhavai mohita. Na vijanati mameva paramabhyam. These rascals, they are bewildered by the 3 kinds of material modes of nature. Trivi gunoi bhavai mohitam. Na vijanati mameva paramabhyam. They cannot understand that in the background of everything there is the supreme authority of God. This is called atheism. Although they are being kicked every moment by the modes of material nature, they are feeling that I am under the control of some power, superior power. That is appreciating. That like I gave you the example, the death, janma mrityu jara vyadhi. They are trying to stop the birth control, but still the statistics is every second or every moment, every 3 minutes, there is one population increased. So, this is janma. Similarly, mrityu. Mrityu means death. So, there are so much scientific improvement, medicine and technology and so many things, but who can check mrityu, death? Even the scientists cannot. Big scientists, why do they not manufacture something that as soon as I am dead, please inject this medicine, I will come out again? No, that is not possible. So you cannot solve the problem of janma, or you cannot solve the problem of mrityu. You cannot solve the problem of being old, invalid, disease. Then where is your solution of problems? But still they are proud. We are advanced. What you have advanced? The real problem are there. Nobody can solve. Try the history of the whole world. There have been so many big empires. The Roman Empire, the British Empire, the Mughal Empire. But where are those empires and what are those emperors? When I go to Agra, I pass through the port and they show here the emperor Shah Jahan lived, here the emperor. Where is the Shah Jahan? Now the place is there. Similarly, in France, in the park, there is Napoleon's statue, Napoleon and France, the identity. And I asked them, France is there, but where is Napoleon? So, this is going on, foolishness. So many foolish persons, full of, and they are controlling this material world. Therefore, it is a very precarious condition. Andhajathandhai rupaniyamana stepi ishatantra urudami baddha. Ishatantra, just like if your hands and legs are tied very fast with some rope, and if you say, I am independent, what is the meaning of it? If your hands and legs are tied up by strong rope, and still you think that you are independent, has it got any meaning? Similarly, we are tied up by the stringent rules and regulation of the material nature so fast, and still we think that we are independent. Is that very sanity? No. Even in your eating process, you are so much tied up by the rules and regulation that if you eat little more than you can digest, then there will be some disease immediately. Immediately there will be indigestion, diarrhea, you will have to suffer. If you enjoy, when you are youthful, too much sex life, then after a few days you will be impotent, no more sex life. In this way, we are simply tied up by the rules and regulation of the material nature, and still we are defying the authority and thinking, I am independent. This is called rascals, mudha. They have been described in the Bhagavad Gita as mudha, all rascals. You cannot control the laws of material nature, and you are thinking you are independent. And the laws of material nature means material nature is the agent. Real conductor is Krishna. Krishna says, Maya dhakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam ritunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. So, behind the material nature, there is God. Under His direction, material nature is working. Chayeva jasya bhuvanani vibhatti Durga. Durga, the material nature, power, is working just like chaya, shadow. So, in this way, there is a Bengali verse, পিশাচি পাইলে যেন মতিচ্ছন্ন হয় মায়াগ্রস্ত জীবের সেই দশা উপজয়. Pishachi, ghost, witch, there is some haunting of ghost, and when a man is ghostly haunted, he speaks so many nonsense, mayagrasta. Pishachi paile jano moti bhranta hai. Similarly, under the spell of Maya, we defy everything. Where is God? Can you show me God? He's seeing every step, God. God is explained in the Bhagavad Gita how you can see God in every step. If you learn how to see God, that is taught in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasisudya. God is teaching that you try to see me in this way. What is that? When you taste the water of, the taste of the liquid water or anything. Rasoham apsukamtya. That taste is ham. So, you want to see God, but you are tasting so many liquid things. Why don't you think that here is God? This taste is God. God is teaching. You learn how to see God. This blunt eyes, how you can see God now. You try to see God in this way, as God says. Rasoham apsukamtya. Prabhasmi sasusuddhaya. Now, if actually a philosophical minded man is there, if he simply makes research where from this nice taste came in the water, he can see God. Because ultimately he has to come to God. If he make research where from the sunshine came, you can say the sunshine is coming from the sun glow, but for further research work you cannot go in there. But if you are actually student, philosophical minded, if you make darshan, philosophy means darshan. Darshan means seeing. See more, see more, see more. In this way you will ultimately come. Ishara parama, then he will come to this conclusion. Bhaunam janvanam ante jnanaman mang prapaddati. If you are actually serious student, research worker, then after executing research work for many, many births, when you are actually wise, jnanavan, then you will surrender to Krishna. The Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlava. This is the way. But these rascals, infatuated by false ego and under the spell of material nature, being kicked by material nature, thinking that he is Kapti Karta, Kartaham iti mannate. Kaptitam, we have made so much advance in research, so much scientific advancement, this and that, so many things. No, it is not possible. Without God's hand, you cannot do anything. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishta matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. A scientist working very hard to find out some chemical or some physical thing, but there are many others working, but unless Krishna from within gives his proper intelligence, he cannot invent the particular thing. That's not possible. Krishna gives him intelligence. Matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. Two scientists working, one has become successful and one is not successful. Why? Both are working very hard. The one is favored by Krishna and the other is not favored. Otherwise, how you can explain? If material knowledge is sufficient, both of them working hard to find out the truth of a scientific discovery, but one is able to find out, another is not able, then how you can explain these discrepancies? The only explanation is that one is favored by Krishna and the other is not favored. Actually, it so happened, you know, this Marconi's invention of wireless telegram. So, Marconi and many other scientists were working on this line. One of them was Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. So, this was explained by Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose in a meeting. I was a boy at that time in Calcutta. That they were discussing, Marconi and Dr. Bose, Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose, about these waves. And so, actually Dr. Bose discovered this wireless. The Marconi heard it from Bose and immediately published in the paper. And the British government gave him preference. He became the inventor of this wireless telegram. But actually it was Dr. Bose So that means he was favored. Krishna gave him intelligence. Now take these opportunities. Takes this theory explained by Dr. Bose and he published it. He did the name. Nimitta matra bhava sabbhasacha. This is the explanation. One is working very hard day and night and the another is enjoying the result. Why? That is prakritakriyamanani gunaik sarmani karmani sarvasa ahankara. You may think that you are doing, but you are under the control of the material nature. And the material nature is controlled by the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, ultimately, you are controlled by the Supreme Personality of God. But being spelled by the material nature, he is thinking that evam paravidhyanena kartrittam prakrite pavan karmasu kriyamaneshu gunairatmani mannate. Atmani, gunai. So, we have contracted, we have infected some prakriti, some guna from quality of the material nature, we are acting in that way. At the present moment, the material life means we are all working under the spell of this material nature. Gunai. So, I have got this body, Indian body, I am thinking, I am Indian, my duty is like this, like that. One is born in America, he is thinking like that. One is born in dog family, he is thinking like that. One is born in cat family. In this way, different varieties of body and different varieties of thinking. Different varieties of body, it is due to the body. So, karmasu kriyamaneshu, we do actually according to the body or according to the temperament. Karmasu kriyamaneshu gunai, and that is spelled by this material nature. And I am identifying myself in that way. I am this, I am that, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am Brahman, I am American, I am Christian, like that. Gunai karmani sarvasa. So this is our conditional life. Maybe Kapil Dev is speaking on the subject matter of Atma Darshan. So if we identify like that I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Kshatri, or I am cat and dog, then we shall continue this life, this conditional life by the material nature. We shall continue forever, nityabadha. Forever means we cannot calculate how long we shall continue. That is actually. But because I do not know from whence it has begun, neither I know when it will end. Therefore it is called nityabadha. Nityabadha. So we are nityabadha, eternally bound up by these laws of material nature. And we are wandering throughout the universe according to karma. Uddam gacchanti sattvasta. If we work on the satagun, gunai karmani, we vichitra, there are so many varieties. So we may go sometimes up to Brahmaloka. That is not very difficult. But abrahma bhupana lokan punaravarti. Either you go to Brahmaloka or Patal Loka or any Loka, this form or that body, you will have to go through these four principles of material condition: birth, death, old age and disease. That is not possible to overcome. That you can overcome only mami vajaprapadante mayami ankam. Therefore the conclusion is that instead of serving under the spell of material nature, let us immediately transfer our position to become the original. Original means the eternal servant of God, Krishna.